What's good, people? Welcome to this episode of Stack Sats or Die Trying. This is the Bitcoin only show brought to you by the Hood, and I'm your host as I am every week. My name is Jimmy. Shout out to all of the new listeners, watchers, subscribers, and all that. But if you've been with me for a while, this is episode 36, I believe. Brian Westbrook. We're getting up there in the episodes. No, matter of fact, this might be 37. Ooh, I'm tripping. This might be 37. 36 or 37, man. Don't mind me. But again, this is the Bitcoin only show brought to you by the Hood. This is Stack Sats or Die Trying. And I do want to say this for those that weren't with us on our Friday Live this past week where we did an amazing giveaway. Our new project is started, the Black Wealth Rebels. That is by the Hood in conjunction with the finance rebel Kamari Ellis, have a new brand called the Black Wealth Rebels, where we're going to do a lot of amazing stuff. Go to blackwealthrebels.com and make sure you sign up for our Patreon. There is a free tier, but we're going to give a lot of classes and a lot of extra content on the paid tiers, which include a lot of Bitcoin content. And I'm bringing it up on this show because Stack Sats will drop on our Patreon before it drops on our YouTube channel. So for those that subscribe to the Patreon, you'll get access to this show, a couple days before it drops on our YouTube channel. I'm so excited about what we're getting ready to do, man. And you'll see, proof will be in the pudding. We're going to do the work. Proof of work is what's going to happen. Some proof of work. But as we start this show off, episode 37, I want to give a special shout out. And again, I share with you guys every week some of the comments and feedback that I get throughout the week based on the previous episode. But I want to give a special shout out to my brother, Phil Padrino. He left me a dope message this week. I'm going to put the message right here. Yeah, put it right here. He said, yo, Jim, just a quick thank you for Stack Sats on YouTube. He said, man, I'm getting sats from Fold and River. He said, I'm in the books with it. I'm going down a rabbit hole, bro. He said, I'm spitting bars on Bitcoin and I know what I'm saying. That's dope. Pause. This is me right now. That's dope. I'm like excited about this message. Back to his message. He said, it's crazy. I'm spreading the little knowledge that I have with the folks in the streets. I appreciate your work. And I've told you before, but I'm really woke up on the Bitcoin now. My guy, keep blessing the streets. And then he put in his second message, do the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Fredro. You always got to do the knowledge. You know what I mean?
Do the knowledge, nigga.
But shout out to Phil. Every time I get a great message, I'll make sure to share that. And before we get into today's topic, the last thing I want to say is this Friday, which is Black Friday, by the way. It's the day after Thanksgiving, a holiday, or as now says, we call it a holiday, hell day, whatever you want to call it. But we'll be doing another giveaway of Satoshis like we do every week, but we got a special giveaway. I want to send another special shout out to my brother Omar, who's in our community as well. He donated a brand new full BitKey to give away. We're going to give away a cold wallet. It hasn't even been opened. It's in the plastic and all that. So, no funny business, but brand new BitKey. So pull up on Friday. All that we ask for you to get an opportunity to win the BitKey is to make sure that, you subscribe to the Patreon, even if it's the free tier. Subscribe to the Black Wealth Rebels YouTube channel, right? So it's a YouTube channel, Black Wealth Rebels. I'll put that in the description box of this as well. And follow the new Black Wealth Rebel project. Follow that project on Instagram as well as TikTok. You do those things. I know some of y'all ain't probably got a TikTok. That's cool too, but do the other three. You do those things, you'll be put into a drawing as long as you're there live on Friday to give away the full BitKey. It's on. I'll ship it to you. It's yours. You keep it. Do whatever you want to do with it. But we'll also want to give away sats. So somebody else can win some sats. Somebody can win a BitKey. But yeah, we want to continue to bless the community. And this Black Wealth Rebels project, we got a lot of community-based things going on with this. So I'm excited about it. But today's show on Stack Sats or Die Trying, what this is about is Bitcoin changing lives. And Bitcoin is literally making people millionaires right now, man. And it's interesting to see this happen because, when we go into bear markets, and it's funny because as I'm recording this, the price is dropping a little bit and I see people freaking out. They're like, yo, we're at 93,000. What's going on? I'm like, dude, we're at 93,000. But that's the way it goes. If Bitcoin was to drop tonight to 50,000, I wouldn't even blink. I wouldn't blink. My phone would be going crazy, but I wouldn't blink. And, that's the kind of conviction I have. But when you have that kind of conviction, it pays off long term. And we're going to talk about this evening about Bitcoin changing lives and people having the conviction that allowed them to become, hit millionaire status. I mean, I ain't talking about myself because I don't own no Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? I lost all mine in a boating accident. It is what it is. Oh, also, man, another funny thing about, and I brought this up before, how the BSV folks be in the comments, the Bitcoin Satoshi's vision, the little shitcoin be in my comments. But this week I got a lot of like, XRP folks in my comments like, well, we see your content, but what do you think about XRP? I don't know another way to say this, but this is what I think about XRP.
Trash.
I already know.
I know. Beyond trash.
And the other one, right? So the other people that come at me are all the dog coin people. I'm not going to say one specific dog coin because it could be Doge, it could be Shiba. They all in my inbox too. And what do I think about that?
Is hot garbage. Still trash. He's trash. He's still trash. Basura. Basura.
And the other thing is this though. Also, when we're starting to rise, the other question is just how high can Bitcoin go? Like on our Friday show, we talked about it possibly hitting 100 grand, but then people get beyond that. Like they're like, Jim, how high could it go? Could it go to 250,000? Could it go? I mean, I don't try to speculate on that. Bitcoin is built to forever go up. But, in my opinion, Bitcoin will be probably worth about
over $1,300,000,000,300,000,000.
But on my timeline this week, it was people talking about how Bitcoin has changed their life and put them into the millionaire status. And what I find interesting is the two that I'm going to talk about, one was a lump sum purchase and the other was a DCA purchase. And I think that both are interesting. Both are unique. Everyone knows that I'm pro DCA. And the reason that I'm pro DCA is not that I'm saying DCA is better, because I've read academic papers and I've done studies that, depending upon if you agree, you would think that lump sum purchasing is better. But the reason that I like DCA is because DCA takes some of the thinking out of it, and we'll get into that, man. But let's talk about this gentleman here, and let me matter of fact, I'm gonna share it on the screen so you can see exactly what he said. He says, I have 1 million Bitcoin portfolio and I'm in my 20s and I'm crying right now. He said in mid 2022, I bought 11 BTC at 20.5K, so it was a little over 20,000. For $225,000. A few days ago, I sold my entire portfolio for $1,002,000. The transfer from Coinbase to my Bank of America account hit today, so I decided to make this post. Do I think Bitcoin will hit 100K this year? Yes. And by the way, before I even finish reading the message, this is from the Bitcoin subreddit. And this user's name is adtop2225. He says, do I think it will continue its run in 2025? Yes. But am I going to try to time the top? No. I'd much rather secure a guaranteed 1 million at this age than risk losing it by trying to time the market. I sold BTC when it was at 91,000. And as far as I'm writing this, it's sitting at 93,000. So far, I have missed out on some gains, and I'm not sure I'll miss out on much more as the months go by. And that's okay with me. He said, I hope everyone reading this kills it during this bull market. P.S. For those who will inevitably ask, so how'd you get 225K at 22 years old? Then he said, you're probably guessing it's daddy's money. And the answer is no. I've been trying to launch dozens of businesses since I was 14. Some worked, most failed. So that money was basically my entire life savings from 14 to 22. So that's one example of someone just dropping a lump sum, but still having the conviction to hold, as it does what it does. But he also has this idea of, I'm not trying to time the top, right? So again, this is why I think DCA is the optimal way. Now, I know some people think they can time the market, and that's fine. That is absolutely fine. But with that being said, though, to me, DCA is a cheat code for a lot of reasons, because if you build up the intestinal fortitude and the know-how in order to exercise a great DCA, and I don't care whether that's weekly, monthly, bi-weekly, however often you can do it, and then you get the education in between that puts you in a different realm, because as you're DCAing, you're learning. Again, I say this every week, the biggest thing I want people to take away from Stack Sats or Die Trying is the ability to continuously do the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Do the knowledge, nigga.
do the knowledge and get the education as you DCA, because you're building your conviction along the way. And to me, it's just the optimal way to do it. You're going to be buying sometimes at the highs, sometimes at the lows. I have buys in Bitcoin, like I said, under $1,000 all the way up to 98, 99,000, whatever the high was a couple days ago, because I have a daily buy going on. So again, DCA versus lump sum, that's not what this is about. But what this is about is showing that you can get to your desired goal by using either strategy. Now, this next one comes by the way of, Bitcoin Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it. This is Rego the Trader, who put up a post this week, and it said, "There's no way you actually bought Bitcoin every day for 8 years straight." Oh, but I did. This is just Coinbase, by the way, is what he's saying, because he has multiple accounts, and he's just going to share his Coinbase account. And matter of fact, I'm going to put the video real fast of what he shared. He showed the actual buys going all the way back 8 years, and how he was buying, and how he consistently just bought. Now I know some are saying like, well, how the hell could someone afford $30 a day? So do the math, right? If you work a job, and you're good at saving, what's that about, $400 and some odd dollars every bi-weekly if you get paid bi-weekly. So it's, it's the equivalent of what some people put into the stock market. He just consistently piled his money into Satoshis, and now he has $1 million portfolio. He literally has $1 million portfolio based on dollar cost averaging every day. And that is powerful. So if you look at those two stories, what you'll see is dollar cost averaging, lump sum. But the thing that they have in common, right, is that they both had conviction, and they both were dedicated to doing whatever they could do to stack sats. Now, they stacked the sats in different ways, but they both stacked sats, and they both became millionaires during this run. So again, I'm not saying one is better than the other, because some people, I don't want to get into the argument about which strategy is better. I prefer DCA. People say, well, if lump sum can have the ability to be a little bit better, why not? I'm like, look, I don't want to try and time the market. And to me, right, sometimes lump sum can be dangerous, man. Like, what if I bought my lump sum at the top of the market, right? That's the thing. Like, you don't know where the top of the market is, right? So to me, lump sum could be like just completely dangerous.
Dangerous.
But again, my thing is just stack the sats however you got to stack the sats, right? Some people may have a reason for wanting to just ape into buying a bunch of Satoshis at one time. I think the average person, the average working person trying to take care of their family, when you DCA, it builds something else outside of just the Satoshis you're going to stack. And that's why I'm pretty much all for dollar cost averaging. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, just be careful out there is all I say if you are going to just ape in, right? And again, I do want to end this before I end this episode, I want to say this again, because I know I get it every week. Shit corners, stay away. Specifically, the people that keep hitting me up asking me, do I want to start my own coin? Yes, I do get that. People be like, yo, you want to start your own coin? We can make a bunch of money. I'm like, listen, man, I'm not built that way. I'm not trying to take advantage of people. You know what I mean? I go out there, proof of work. You know what I'm saying? I got proof of work that I do work to, put food on my family, for lack of a better term. Like, shout out to Byron Crawford, who I stole that from. Put food on my family. But no, man, I'm not getting into any venture with any of you guys trying to get me to start my own coin. So just leave me alone. You dig?
Can't live like that.
Okay.
I'm a man of morals and principles, and my morals and principles won't allow me to even engage in that type of activity. For what?
And the last but not least, before we get out of here, for all those that are still in denial, it's okay. Everybody gets Bitcoin at the price they deserve, right? So if you don't believe now, by the time we hit 250,000 and you realize like I need to be in this, that's the price you deserve. Like eventually I'll see all you guys on this side where I'm at, right? You know what I'm saying? I'll just wait for you over here. And when you get here, we still party together. It's all love, man. But, I'm just going to wait for you. That's all. You dig?
I
With that being said, man, make sure you pull up this Friday. Give yourself an opportunity to win a big key. Go subscribe to the Patreon, even if it's the free tier. I hope you guys do the paid tier. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, our value is going to be extremely high because one of the things we're bringing to the Patreon is a weekly options class. And for those that have been part of the options classes that we've done in the past, what it costs you to be a Patreon member for a year, you're going to make probably in your first week of being a member. And again, this is not investment advice because we do not give investment advice. I'm just saying how it generally plays out. So if you can, please support, man, because the support allows us to take that money and then continuously give away Satoshis. It allows us to do our camp. It allows us to fund everything we do community-wide. So I would appreciate if you guys subscribe to the Patreon. But if you ain't got no bread, that's cool too, right? Subscribe to the free one. It's still all love, but most of our content will lie back there. But it's not just By the Hood. It's also the Finance Rebel. We're coming together like Voltron to change the world, and we're excited about that. Remember, it's Black Wealth Rebels. And blackwealthrebels.com is where you can go to get information about everything we got going on there. I love you guys. I appreciate the support. Happy holidays. I mean, if you getting together with family, please stay safe. Share Stack Sats or Die Trying with your family. You know what I mean? Also, do what I'm going to do this Thanksgiving. I'm going around the table. I'm taking everybody's phone and I'm making them subscribe to the Patreon and the Black Wealth Rebels YouTube page and the By the Hood YouTube page. Like, that's what I'm going to do. Do that for me too. Like, show your boys some love, man. Also, I know I keep saying last but not least, shout out to all the new Fold folks that use my link, man. I cracked the hundo on Fold. I got more than 100 people now that I have put on the Fold. I'm excited about that. Shout out to all my people at Fold. I love and appreciate y'all too, man. Y'all know Fold is my favorite Bitcoin company. Fold and River is where we at now. Fold, I got my big four: Strike, Fold, River. Like Strike, Fold, River, and Swan Bitcoin. That's my big four, man. You know what I'm saying? The four horsemen. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to Arn Anderson, Ole Anderson, and Ric Flair, Tully Blanchard. The real, never mind. Y'all ain't ready for that conversation. Y'all ain't ready for that conversation, man. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And always stack sats or die trying. Peace.